Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica and today is launch day for our 2026 Sew With Me series. So if you're new to my channel, for the past few years, we've done a Sew With Me and Stitch With Me series here on YouTube. They're totally free series guided to help you learn how to either quilt or cross stitch, so they're all very beginner friendly. And each month I share a video tutorial for the quilt block and then my stitching progress. I do have a how to cross stitch series here on YouTube that I will link below this video or somewhere up here. So if you're brand new to cross stitch and you need help just getting started, I highly recommend checking out that series. And then if you want, you can stitch along with us in our 2026 Stitch With Me series here on YouTube. So before we get started, let's cover a couple of the basics on how to just be involved in the sew along, fabric requirements, floss requirements, all of that kind of information. So the sew along is completely informal. It will be taking place here on YouTube. And then I also have a Sew With Me group on Facebook that you can join. It's a private group. I'll put a link below this video on where you can get to that. You do have to answer some questions just so I can make sure you're not a spammer to join that group. And then in that group, you will see other people posting their sew along and stitch along progress pics, and you can share yours as well. It's a lot of fun to see what everybody is making, so I highly encourage you join that group to participate in this year's sew along. Also linked below this video will be a link to my blog post that has information on all the fabric requirements, floss requirements, everything I'm using for both versions so that you can plan ahead. And then it will also have links to the free PDF downloads for both the Quilty and Stitchy version each month. Now, because the sew along blocks are not a mystery this year, I am going to be releasing things just slightly differently. So the blocks in this year's sew along are actually the star blocks from our Candy Cane Lane quilt pattern. And the Candy Cane Lane quilt pattern had really fun houses, and each house had a different star block inside it. Those stars finish at 6.5 inches. We also did Candy Cane Lane quilt ornaments. Those stars finish at 3.5 inches. And then for this year's 2026 Sew With Me series, we're going to be using those same star blocks, but we're going to be doing them in the 12.5 inch version here on YouTube. So we're going to be combining the Candy Cane Lane sew along happening in my Facebook group along with the video tutorials for this year's sew along. So if you wanted the 3.5 or 6.5 inch version of those star blocks, you would need to grab the ornaments pattern or the Candy Cane Lane quilt pattern. Those are both available in my store. And then for the 12.5 inch version of those blocks, they will all be free downloads here on YouTube. So hopefully that all makes sense. So in the video tutorials, I will be sharing the Christmas version of those blocks as we're sewing them in the tutorial. And then at the end of the tutorial, I'll share my patriotic version of that block as well. I'm going to be doing my Sew With Me blocks in patriotic version this year because it is the United States 250th anniversary. And so I thought that would be really fun to do in patriotic colors. For my patriotic blocks, I'm going to be using my Heartland collection. This released in 2026, so it is sold out, but it was just a really fun red, white, and blue, and I have, of course, this aqua in there. So I've just added all of these fun colors. I just didn't add the green, but the pattern actually has green in it because it was written for the Christmas version. So if you want to add green, you can, or you can make them completely scrappy. So this is what I'm going to be using for my 12.5 inch blocks. And then in the video, I used my sugared collection for my Candy Cane Lane quilt. This released in November of 2025. It is sold out, so I do apologize, but this is what I'm using to sew the videos that you'll see in this year's tutorial. And so I just used all of these fun colors for my blocks. So you'll see two different versions in these videos, both the Christmas and the patriotic version, but you can make these blocks in any colors that you like. You can make them completely scrappy, or you can pick a theme. It's totally up to you. As a matter of fact, for the Sew With Me quilts, I usually encourage you guys to dig into your scrap bins and just have a lot of fun busting through your stash. But it's totally up to you, and I do have full fabric requirements in that blog post link below in case you want to plan ahead for the whole year. Now in previous years, I usually wait till December and then release all the finishing things there. And then I will also bundle all of the patterns up and release them in a paid version that includes some bonus patterns like a pillow and a table runner. So since these blocks aren't a mystery this year, I'm actually going to release the paid version now, and I'll explain to you why I'm going to be doing that. So here on YouTube, I'm going to have free PDF downloads for every single block, blocks 1 through 12, and I will also be releasing the free finishing option here on YouTube as well, and that will be releasing with today's block number 1. So this is just a basic finishing. This is what the overall layout is going to look like for the free YouTube version. This one is going to finish at 48 by 63, so it's just a really nice little, you can hang it on your wall, you can throw it on your couch, just super easy, basic finishing. For the paid version, I wanted to give you guys a little bit extra value for that this year. So it includes the basic finishing option, but it also includes this really fun medallion style finishing option. So all of the quilt blocks that we're going to be making this year are around the outside, and then in the center is this really oversized fun star block, and I thought that would just be a fun way to finish off this year, something a little bit different. So the paid version is going to include the basic finish, the medallion style fancy finish, and then it also includes instructions for a bonus pillow and a bonus table topper, or you could also use that as a wall hanging this year as well. So there's some fun finishing options in the paid version, and I wanted to get that out to you guys as soon as possible so that you have time to plan ahead and get all your fabric requirements if you want to do that option. If you don't want to do that paid version, that's totally fine. You can still do all 12 blocks plus that basic finishing version. That will also be free here on YouTube. And then I will meet you here on YouTube the second Thursday of every month at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, and we will be making those blocks together, and I'll also be sharing my stitching progress as well. Okay, I think that's most of the housekeeping tips I have for you. Let's go ahead and dive into today's quilt block tutorial. Then I'll share the patriotic version of that block, and then I'll share my stitchy progress. So here are all the pieces we need for block number 1. You'll find all the cutting instructions in that free PDF below, so don't forget to download that. We're going to start off by working on our corner pieces, so we're going to be taking units A and F. We are going to be placing those right sides together, and I'm going to sew around all 4 sides using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Now we are going to be cutting these pieces on the bias, so I like to go ahead and spray my fabric with my acorn spray starch. That's really going to help it keep its structure when we're cutting on the bias, and it's really easy. You just spray it on your fabric, press it until it's dry, and then you're good to go. All right, I've sewn around all 4 sides using my 1/4 inch seam allowance, and now we're going to trim our square in half on both diagonals, and I just am trying to be really careful not to move my fabric around. And then once we do that, we have 4 half square triangles. We just need to take these half square triangles. I'm going to press mine toward the green, and here we have all of our pressed half square triangles, and now we're going to trim them up, and I always make mine a little larger so I can trim them down perfectly. Now don't forget, I'm working on the 6-inch block here, so your cutting instructions for the 12-inch block are going to be a little different. But I'm lining up my diagonal line on my ruler, my points at each of those corners. I'm going to trim off the excess, rotate my block, reline up my ruler, and then again trim off that excess. And then I'm just going to go ahead and trim up all of the rest of my half square triangles. Next, we're going to work on our flying geese units. We're going to take our E and our B pieces, and again I'm going to spray those with my acorn spray starch, and then look how nice and flat that fabric is now that it's been sprayed. And we're going to take our B pieces, and we're just going to draw a line from corner to corner on the wrong side of our fabric, and we're going to do that on all 4 squares. Next, we're going to take 2 of those pieces and place them in opposite corners on that red fabric, and I'm just going to make sure that my diagonal lines line up along those edges, and if you like, you can put a couple pins in just to keep everything in place when you're sewing. We're going to take this to our sewing machine and sew 1/4 inch away on both sides of our drawn line. And now here you can see we've sewn 1/4 inch away, and we're just going to take that piece and trim it right along that line. And then we're just going to take these white pieces and press them back. Once those are pressed, we're going to take our B pieces and again place them on the corners of the red fabric as shown here, and we're going to again sew 1/4 inch away on both sides of our drawn line. Again, you can pin if you like. And here we have our sewn piece, and one thing I wanted to point out when I'm sewing is I try and start right here where these 2 fabrics meet with my stitch line. That's going to give us a nice line across that top of our flying geese units. Now we just need to trim on the line again, and that's going to reveal our 4 flying geese units. We just need to press those, trim them, and we'll be ready to go. And here are my units. Now I always make my units a little bit larger so that I can trim them down to size. And when I do that, I place my ruler. I just want to make sure I have 1/4 inch away from that top point. And then I'm also going to place the corners of my ruler down here on these seams as well. And that way when I trim, I'll have a perfect flying geese unit. So here's what that's looking like. Again, don't forget I'm making a smaller block than you are, so follow the cutting in your pattern, but you're lining up just all of those points using your ruler. You're just going to trim off any of that excess fabric. I'm going to rotate my block, again line my ruler up, and this is the part that always throws people off because you're trimming off a lot of that side and bottom, but you can see there I'm trimming off, but I have a really nice perfect flying geese unit when I'm done, even if my sewing was a little wonky. So here we have all 4 of our flying geese units trimmed up and ready to go. And the last thing we're going to work on here is our D and C units. We're making the center of our star block, and we're just going to be snowballing that D piece with all of our little C pieces. So again, I'm going to draw a line from corner to corner on the wrong side of my C fabric. And if you have 1/4 inch seam tape on your machine, you can actually skip that step. Next, we're going to place a C on opposite corners of the D fabric. We're going to take that to our sewing machine and sew right along that drawn line. And one little tip here I have for you is I like to sew just a hair to the outside edge of that drawn line. So when we flip our piece back, it accounts for some of the bulk that that thread will take up, and we'll have a more accurate block. Now we just need to trim 1/4 inch away from our stitch line and then press those pieces out. Next, we're going to take our remaining C squares and place them again on opposite corners of that blue fabric. And again, we're going to take that to our machine and sew right on that drawn line. We're going to trim 1/4 inch away and press those out. And then lastly, we just need to trim up our block, and you can see mine got a little wonky. That's okay. That's why we trim in between each step. And I just want to make sure that I have 1/4 inch away from each of the points on my square, as good as I can do there. And then I'm just going to trim off any excess. Rotate my block, again line up my ruler and trim off the excess. And then here you can see, even though my block got a little wonky when I sewed, it looks really good now. And now we're ready to assemble our unit. So we're just going to place all of our pieces according to the pattern. I'm going to go ahead and sew rows 1, rows 2, and rows 3, and then we'll sew those rows together to complete our block. I am going to press my seams in opposite directions so they nest right there. I will place a couple of pins just to keep everything in place. I like to do both sides at the same time now. We're going to sew down each side using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. And here is our finished block. We just need to trim it up. And again, I just want to make sure that all of my points are about a 1/4 inch away from where I'm going to be cutting. And then we just need to trim it up, and we're all done with our block. And here is our finished block number 1. And then here is the 12-inch version. And then like I mentioned, I'm doing my 12-inch blocks in patriotic colors. These are all prints from my Heartline collection that released last year, so they are sold out, but I am going through all of my scraps and just making all of my 12-inch blocks using those scraps. All right, so along with making block number 1 today, I am going to encourage you to finish your cornerstones and your sashing strips. That's going to make it a lot easier when we get to block number 12 and we're ready to put everything together. So I have finished all of my little cornerstones here, and you're going to just follow the instructions in the pattern. For the white, blue, white sections, or whatever color you're going to make those, we made those in strip pieces that looked like this. So they were with the fabric strips, but they were white with the navy blue in the middle. And then I just turned those to the side and just trim them into the 1.5 inch sections, and then sew those sections onto the solid strip here, which I think is piece D. So this is what it looks like on the back. And then for these, I recommend pressing your cornerstones towards the darker fabric. And then for your sashing strips, I press those towards the lighter fabric. That way when you're sewing your sashing and cornerstones together, you'll see that those seams are going to nest nicely, and then everything will come together really well. And then I've also made all of our main sashing pieces, and just like the cornerstones, I've actually sewn together with the fabric strips. So you've got your white, your dark, and your light color, or whatever color scheme you're using, but you're going to sew with the fabric strips together, and then you're going to trim those up into 12.5 inch strips. And you can get 3 strips from one with the fabric unit. So they're really fast and easy to put together, and then of course those strips will match perfectly with your quilt blocks. So I'm going to go ahead and encourage you guys to make all of these to begin with, and then as we make our blocks and you get ready to put everything together at the end of the quilt along, you'll see that it'll be really nice to have all of these already done, and then it's really easy to put everything together. All right, so here's my stitchy piece. This year I'm stitching on 14 count Beautiful Beige by Witchell. It's a nice neutral color, and I think it helps all the other colors pop. I'm using red, white, and blue for mine, but this design isn't so patriotic that you couldn't do it in a different color if you want. So feel free to choose any colors that you prefer. And when I started, I took the time to go through and stitch all of the borders first. I like to have those done because that way each month you could just add your motif in each square as you go. So it makes it really easy to figure out where you're supposed to be stitching, and the border is just a really good reference point, but you can do it however you like. For the stitch along, I do have the border listed as something to do at the beginning. So I'm obviously stitching along with the fancy version so it matches my quilt. This is a paid version. You can get it in my store. If you purchase the paid version of the Stitchy pattern, you actually get the medallion style layout. You get the basic layout that's free here on YouTube, and you also get individual stitch patterns for each one. So if you wanted to make them into like little ornaments or something like that, there's individual stitch patterns for those as well. So you get all 12 blocks worth of individual charts, the medallion style finishing chart, and then the basic style finishing chart. If you don't want to do the paid version, you can always stitch along with the free version, and I'll put an image of that right here. It's going to match the quilty version perfectly. So the layouts for the basic free versions match, and the layouts for the fancy paid versions also match. The basic one finishes at about 6 by 8, same floss, same fabric, so it's just a little bit of a different layout, and it's not going to have that medallion style finish. But here's my progress so far. I have all my borders done and block number 1. All right, guys, that's it for block number 1, release day for our 2026 Sew With Me series. I know this video had a lot of information. You can refer back to it as much as you need to, and then don't forget you can also visit my blog post linked below. The blog post also has the links for the free PDF downloads for both the quilty and stitchy versions, so you want to head over there and grab those PDFs so that you can sew and stitch along with us. And then also don't forget to join me in my private Facebook group. That's where everybody's sharing their progress pics. I'm sharing my pics there as well, and it's just really fun to see what everybody is making. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You can also hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any upcoming releases and fun projects that I have planned for 2026. Thanks so much for joining me for today's video. I hope you are looking forward to our 2026 sew along. I know I am. In the meantime, grab all of your fabric or floss, whichever one you're participating in, or both. Get block number 1 done. I also encourage you to get your borders and cornerstones done, and then I will meet you back here next month for block number 2. Need you to back up that car. I'm being blinded by the light. And then also linked below this video will be a blog post. That was this fun collection. This released in 2026 as well. And what year is it? This released in November of 2025. It is sold out, so I do apologize. And that you can see, even though my blank was a little wonky,